Coach, so good to finally be talking again. You take a look back at the 2024 season. A great season for the Eagles. Third straight bowl appearance, 8 wins, improving each year. When you reflect on this past fall, what first comes to your mind?
Yeah, definitely. I think there were some things that we are proud of accomplishing. You know, when you talk about, you know, having 6 conference wins, you have more overall wins in the season. You accomplish some records as far as attendance-wise. You get to that third straight bowl game. Those are all good things. But at the end of the day, you know, our overarching goal is always a championship. And it hurts my guts right now that we're one play away from that, you know, away from that championship. That will always be our goal. And that's what our team is. That's what our staff always is. And that's what we're about here. It's about championships. So our job now is to go from good to great. And we're working daily to make sure that happens.
As you go day by day, inch by inch, yard by yard, what are some improvements that you specifically look forward to making in the 2025 season?
Yeah, you know, I thought last year we were a great response team. You think about the losses with Boise State, Ole Miss, Old Dominion, and Troy. You followed those up with wins, and all of them were on the road. So you have a team that has dealt with adversity. Our message to our team this year is the consistency of play throughout a season, and that goes through the off-season workouts. It's being consistent each and every day so you don't have those lulls. You see teams, and you saw it even last season, you can survive, you know, maybe 1, maybe 2, but you know, if you truly want to win a championship, it's the consistency of play week out and week in where you don't have that lull.
Opposite of consistency, you look at the collegiate athletic landscape, ever-changing landscape, especially with college football. How do you adjust and adapt to that on a daily basis?
Yeah, I think there's some things, haven't done it for 30 years, there's some things that always stay true, and I've told our staff this, you know, your character never changes, your culture never changes, your standard never changes, who you are and what you're about as a person being genuine never changes. But you do have to be innovative when it comes to the landscape changing, whether it's roster sizes, whether it's collectives, whether it's cap space now. And the one thing that I've learned over 30 years is you do have to adapt to the changes. That's the head coach's job. They don't pay us to make excuses. They pay us to build rosters. They pay us to be able to develop that roster and then go win football games. And, you know, we're fortunate here because of the resources that we've been given, not only by the university, but even things like Eagle Nation Collective, you know, being able, not only do we have a great product to sell to recruits, but also they know they can come here and get the resources that they need to play at the highest level. And so we're fortunate. That's why you haven't seen a lot of attrition from our football team over the last 2 years as we adapt. It's constantly changing, but we've done the things being proactive as a university rather than reactive. And I'm very appreciative of that for not only Dr. Marrow, but Chris Davis.
As we walk through the Anthony P. Tippins training facility and I look out at Paulson Stadium, I'm excited that we'll welcome 34 newcomers to the roster, many transfers, but also multiple freshmen. So kind of give us a quick rundown. How do you rate that class and how excited are you for those that are incoming to this program?
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited because we keep on following our blueprint. You know, we're averaging about 21 high school football players a year. The majority, about 80% of those coming from the state of Georgia, the rest of them coming from the attached states of Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina. So we've stayed close to home, just like Coach Russell did. You know, you can build championship football team right here with high school athletes. And because of the ever-changing landscape, you see other universities going into that transfer portal really heavy. We have had, we're a development program. Our best talent has come from the high school grassroots. We've developed that talent and been able to produce good football teams. We have dipped our toe into the transfer portal at necessary positions. And I'm really proud of this group that we bring in, those 34 newcomers that you talk about. You know, 6 of those high school football players are top 100 players in their individual states. And then you look at the needs that we had in the transfer portal to be able to bring in 3 specific needs. one at linebacker, you lose a Marquez Watson Trent, you lose a Davon Gilmore, to be able to replace that linebacker room with some experience, the secondary with some experience, and then our outside receiver position and tight end position, we felt like that skill position needed a little bit of advancement also and a little bit of depth. So we really did the things to produce the best football team for the 2025 season in this class, and really excited about it. These 17 of them are here right now, which we're getting a chance to coach them up. The rest of them will come over the summer, and looking forward to this roster, whatever it might be, whether it's 105, whether it's 120, we'll figure out. But those 34 newcomers are going to provide a lot of help.
And you spoke about leadership. Obviously, we welcomed Chris Davis. He elevated into the Director of Athletics role this past fall. How important is it to see that consistency from the leadership standpoint up top?
I thought it was huge. I love Dr. Moreau's proactivity. I mean, it was always the plan to be able to, have that next step up leader. From day one, when I first had the conversation with Jared Benko, with Dr. Moreau, with Chris Davis, it was all about vision. It was all about alignment. And to be able to, have that transition be so seamless, with Chris, I thought was ultra important. He has the relationships with the alumni. He has the relationships with the university. He's built that trust already. He knows the inner workings of this place. He helped every major decision, whether it was the creation of new facilities, every decision that's been made in the athletic department. He was a part of that, and we're on a rocket ship right now going that way, and we don't want that transition to be able to slow anything up. So to be able to hire Chris, I thought was ingenious by Dr. Marrero. It's just kept us that momentum continue to fly.
And speaking of momentum, as we move forward, just recently announced that you signed a 5-year contract extension. So first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
To me, again, consistency is key. So I think that is the best decision for this football program. For you, what was that moment like when you had those conversations with Chris and Dr. Marrero?
Very humbling. When you do something for so long, both watching your dad do it and then doing it personally for yourself over 3 decades, you realize the grass isn't always greener. And when you're in a really special place and you call it home and you build something, you have a lot of pride in it. I've been here 3 seasons. We're building something special here in an unbelievably special community with peoples. Georgia Southern University is about its people and about this community. And I think that's what's so special for me and my wife, Angela, is to be a part of the community, to be a part of these kids' lives, to watch something grow to the level we're at now and now fixing to go beyond. To be able to continue that charge, I'm humbled by it. I'm thankful to Dr. Marrero and for Chris to entrust our staff in that, and we understand with that it comes a great responsibility of continued success. So very humbled, and it gives me a new chip on my shoulder and even a new hunger to be invested in to go help lead this team to even further success.
So exactly that. You know that you've got to get in that weight room. You know what you all need to do in spring practice, spring ball, and so on to get ready for this upcoming 2025 season. What can fans do to help support this program and get this team to reach new heights and to, as Dr. Marrero says, soar beyond?
Well, there's some huge initiatives coming up, not only for our football team, but all the university too. You think about the Only for Southern giving opportunity that's happening right now all the way till March 4th, where, our alumni can give to the university, they can give to the athletic department, or give to their specific sport that they want to be able to help. That's a huge resource for us. As far as football goes, that's going to help us feed 105 guys. When you're trying to get 4,000 extra calories in each individual per week to maintain body weight and muscle strength, that goes a long way. If Eagle Nation feels inclined, those are the ways right now that you can really help us and be successful for the 2025 season.
Awesome. Well, Coach, certainly excited to see what's to come, not only this spring, but of course this fall. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Whitney, thank you for all you do, and hail Southern.